So here's the Singer sewing machine that I found outside on the curb. I think there is a little bit of rust just from the moisture. The other thing that was rusted was this plug. I put it in vinegar and then I scrubbed it off. So I'm gonna see if this thing works. It's been about a week, so it shouldn't have any more water in it. And let's see if I can get it to turn on. So I already removed these two screws. I'm gonna try and get this nut off so I can try and remove this panel to make sure there's no moisture still in there before I turn it on. This is coming off a lot easier than I thought it would. Okay, and there. All right, so let's see what's in this back panel. Underneath here. Okay, so that's gross and not good. It's hard to say if anything's gummed up because of that. We'll find out. So I cleaned off this panel with some multi-purpose cleaner, and I also wiped out in here. And if I turn this knob, everything seems to be working. So I'm gonna plug it in. This plug, it just fits right in there. Plugging that in. And now we'll turn it on. Switch somewhere over here. Here we go. Okay, the light works. That's nice. Yes. We have a working sewing machine. The needle's missing, but that's an easy thing to replace. There's even a full bobbin in here. Look at that. The next step will be to probably try to remove these plates. I'll have to try to find a handbook to see if I can. Aha. There we go. Oh. There's a bunch of lint in here. That's just normal. To like oil it and get rid of some of the rust on this presser foot here. It's not that bad though. I think it was just from being outside. There's like a very small amount of rust. So I used a little bit of vinegar to clean this little presser foot, and I did the same with this plate, and I grabbed some tweezers. So I'm gonna just, I'm not gonna do it a lot right now just because sake of time. I'll come back and do a better cleaning of this, but there's a lot of lint in here. And I grabbed some just universal needles, which should work. So let's find out. Oh, all right, so I got my needle in there, and now I'm gonna try and quickly thread this machine. It's missing the little thing that keeps the thread on, so I'm gonna need to grab that from my machine. Hopefully it fits, and it doesn't fit. Shit. Okay, we're gonna just put some tape on it. I have some electrical tape. I'm gonna put it on the end here so that the spool does not go flying off. Okay, cool. All right, and then we're gonna go and thread it through here, up, there, there. 1, 2, 3. And you. Okay. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna just get it through here, hopefully. Come on. That's definitely not through. Okay, that's not through either. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Okay. Press your foot up, down, down. Okay. I'm gonna put the pedal on the floor. I'm gonna get this bobbin thread up. There we go. come on through. This is like speed testing. Okay, so everything I think is good. I'm gonna put my needle in the middle. Stitch length, let's just make it normal. That's, oh, it looks like you just hold that in probably. And I have some fabric. Okay, I've got some fabric. I'm just gonna try it out. Let's see, moment of truth. Oh, this gotta go under there. That's gotta go there. And ready, set, go. Oh, 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 oh. And let's see, reverse, yes, forward. All right, stitch width. Holy shit. Ooh, okay, the tension might be a little. All right, it totally works. Very nice. Very nice. It does have a little cutter behind there, and we have some stitches. Everything seems to work. I haven't tried the button holder. I haven't tried loading the bobbin, but typically you lock. You usually lock something, pull this back, and there we go. So that, I don't know if you can see that. This is spinning now. Just that, this, and then I would put my empty bobbin on there, take my thread, oh, that's dirty, that way, back to the bobbin, and then press the, and that little dude's gonna, everything works. So it's a little dirty. I'm gonna clean it off. I'm gonna clean this off so it's not so nasty. And I also have some machine oil. So I will also service it, and I'll put this bottom plate back on so that everything's not exposed on the bottom. But while we're here, and you know, probably isn't okay to do, but hey. Wah, ha, 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 ha. Look at that. Look at that. Don't try this at home. Don't stick your fingers in there. It's dangerous. Super cool, huh? So I added some oil in here. It's not plugged in. I'm just turning it by hand. And then I noticed there's a screw here that I'm going to take out and see what's under this hood, because maybe it's exciting. Okay, I didn't. Okay, that was too soon. One-handed. I can do it. There we go. Okay. Okay. What's under the... Oh, okay, well... No! Alright, well, I'm glad I took that off, because that is nasty. So I'm just gonna go in here, I'm gonna remove all this nasty stuff. All this buzz and junk. It's just lint, mostly. And once I get all the lint out, ew, I can't get it off the tweezers because I'm holding my, okay. And that's just lubricant. Ew. Okay, I'm gonna need like a Q-tip to get some of this off. And then I'm gonna try and scrub that so it's not rusty. And then I'll put a little oil in there, and then I'll put that back on, and then it will be done. Alright, so it looks a lot better. I got most of the fuzz out, I got most of the rust off. I was careful to not wipe off that lubricant there, so there's still a little fuzz on that, but here's all the crap I got out of it. So it's better than it was, and this thing is clean now. So So I'll put that back on, and I want to add a little oil here, but then I'll put that back on. I'll put the bottom back on, and I will also check the other side of this. I'll take that plate out because this is where the mechanism is. Oh, look at that. See it? So I want to make sure that there's nothing from the other side that I missed. So here's the other side. I got this out from under this little plate here. There's still some fuzz in there. So I'm just gonna go in there with a Q-tip and get all that stuff out of there. And then put that plate back on right here. Okay, so one more thing. This little lever here, if I pull that back, then I can actually take out this whole thing, this whole ring, which is this the bobbin holder. And if I take that out, I can actually clean a lot easier in here. See all that fuzz? See all the crud? Yeah, we don't want that. So now a lot of the gunk is gone. The one thing I noticed is this bobbin is a soggy bobbin. It's got a lot of water in it, which is not good. So I'm gonna like take this out. I'm not gonna just like throw it away. I guess I'm just gonna leave it out until it dries. I do have some of these clear bobbins somewhere, and I'm not gonna put it back in, because if I put it back in, that's just gonna get all rusty. Everything seems to be in working order. It just needs that little cap and a fresh bobbin. This machine works, and it's a shame that it was out on the curb, because someone can use it, and I hope someone will, and I'll see if I can find a home for it. This is supposed to be in there, in there. I'll put it back. Okay, anyway, ta-da!